Hello, everyone, and welcome to Journey to Success Radio, a show featuring people and companies who are making a positive contribution to the world. This show will help you learn how to apply success principles in every area of your life so that you can make the most out of your skills and talents and accomplish more of your goals. To find out more about the show, please visit www.journeytosuccessradio.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Journey to Success Radio Network. My name is Tom Cunningham. I'm a Napoleon Hill Foundation certified instructor and resiliency expert, helping people to live positively through the many and varied challenges of life. My co-host for today's show is my amazing friend, mentor, hero, and upcoming co-author, Tim Chhim. Tim, tell people a little bit about yourself before I introduce your amazing friend and our guest today, Ronnie Yimsut.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Tom. Hello, everyone. My name is Timothy Chhim. I'm a survivor of cruel and harsh Pol Pot regime in Cambodia. This year is the 40th year of my new life after escaping from Pol Pot's death row in May 1975. I am an all-state agency owner in Nanuet, Rockland County, New York, since 1987. You can reach me at 845-624-2500 for all your insurances and financial products needs in New York. Or you can go to my website at www.allstateagencies.com/021070. Tom, back to you.
Thank you so much, Timmer. And if you live in New York, you better be dealing with Tim Chhim, or I'm going to come down from Toronto and kick your butt. Our guest today, now, Tim, how do you pronounce Ronnie's last name properly?
Ronnie is Yimsut.
Ronnie Yimsut is an author of Facing The Khmer Rouge, a Cambodian story. He's an activist, and he's been the subject of independent documentary films and reports by CBS News, NBC News, and PBS, among others. His many written works include, as I mentioned, Facing the Khmer Rouge, but also Journey to Freedom and In the Shadow of Angkor. He's a senior landscape architect for the USDA Forest Service and is also involved in national and international NGOs. And I can't pass it by without saying he's also the founder of the, how do you pronounce it, Tim? Bakong Technical College?
Yes, Bakong Technical College, right.
Which you are closely associated with, and which the two of your aim is to raise some money to support this amazing community and college, isn't it?
Yes.
Excellent.
Welcome
to the show today, Ronnie.
Well,
hey, Ronnie, how are you today?
My pleasure to be here. Thank you, Tom and Tim.
You're welcome.
So, interesting life. I guess it parallels, Ronnie, a lot of Tim's life, and or at least Tim's adventures in escaping Cambodia and the regime there, the horrible regime. Tell the audience a little bit more about yourself, get into some more detail, Ronnie, so they can really understand your journey and the many, many challenges you faced along the way.
Sure. It's my pleasure to be here with you, Tim and Tom, and with your audience. Thanks for having me on your program. My name is Ronnie Yimsut. I am also known as Ranachit in my native tongue, Khmer. Ranachit in Sanskrit means undefeated warrior. That means I don't quit.
Nice.
Like Tim, I went through Pol Pot Technical School of Hard Knock. That's what we call it. We survived horrible years. I am, like as you said, a landscape architect with the USDA. I do design work. I do a lot of tourism sites and place you go camping, you're hiking. Most likely my work in Oregon, Washington, and in the eastern United States right now. I am also active in different social justice issues. You name it, I get involved. I have friends who are, gay, lesbian, and the works. And so I'm happy to see that they finally have the same equal right as all of us. Very pleased, actually. So I'm here because of the historical involvement of the United States in Southeast Asia, namely the Vietnam War. They call the American War on the other side of the planet. So that's why I am here as a survivor of a regime that bent on destruction of their own people.
Wow.
And so
Ronnie, you've witnessed, I guess, some of the same things that Tim has. You dead bodies, people like nothing to eat, dire circumstances.
Indeed,
Talk a little bit about that, because not too many people will ever go through that.
Level. I call myself a survivor of the Khmer Rouge regime, or the killing field regime, and I always say that what don't kill us only make us stronger. What I've seen, no people should witness, should experience. They should not at all. It's just inhumane. People being starved to death, worked to death. And if we didn't die, they just kill us, systematically kill us. It makes no sense. And so it's just mind-boggling. I am trying to find answer 40 years later, trying to find answer why they are doing that to us. And you get a lot of excuses. Vietnamese and the KGB and the American, the Chinese, you name it. But ultimately, it's our own people. Our own stupidity, that's what caused this whole thing. We are our own demise, and we have not learned of this demise, that we self-implosion. In other words, we're killing ourselves slowly, painfully, very brutally, at a personal level. I watched my family being killed in a ditch in the middle of nowhere. And they give us no reason besides that we are Khmer, or the enemy of the state. A baby who yet born, also the enemy. Okay. My sister-in-law, who was 8 months pregnant, also executed. What are they guilty of? Absolutely nothing. They worked us to death, they starved us to death, and we did not die, they just killed us. So, I am a living proof of a survivor of, I take this anger of the Khmer Rouge regime, of the communist regime, and turn that anger into something positive. That's why I'm here today to share some of that positive spin, not just negative about survival and war and destruction, but also the positive side of things that we are all capable of. We humans are capable of many things, and genocide is one of those things that we are capable of. And we're doing it repeatedly. We do it to ourselves, we do it to other people, we do it to other tribes, we do it to other ethnic cleansings. So I am very people who anti-minority, anti-ethnic this or that. In Cambodia, it's Yuan or Vietnamese. I'm not pro-Vietnam, I'm not pro-anything, but when it comes to ethnic issue, you have to look at logically, not emotionally. Because if you allow emotional to run its course, you get ethnic cleansings. And that's two-way street. We kill the Vietnamese kill us. As simple as that. But today we want to talk about a positive thing, I think. Than negative thing. The negative aspect is the lesson that we learn. If we don't learn from this pain, from this suffering, from this anger, then we're bound to repeat it. And I like to share how I learned to cope with it and how I deal with it. And I want others to learn to cope with it, to deal with it, and be successful at what you do every day, one day at a time. I think that's why I'm here.
Wow. And what a sad story. Like in North America, a very small percentage of people can even relate to being anywhere near such horrible circumstances. And Tim knows, Ronnie, when I speak and I talk, I remind people that living in North America is a global blessing. 4 out of 10 people in the world live on less than $2 a day, and we, all three of us, are no nicer than those people that live on $2 a day. So anything we complain about in North America, we should smack ourselves in the head, be quiet, and go about making a change instead of complaining.
Indeed.
Timmer, why don't you grab a question there?
Well, Ronnie, you are, I know you well, and you are a very active person. In fact, one of the most active person I know among all of my friends. You have done so many things for yourself, for your society, as well as for your country, Cambodia. I have noticed that. What do you really, really, really hope to accomplish in life? What are some of the major challenges or obstacles that you face?
Yes, Tim. I want, as a survivor who's been through a lot at a young age, I want to grow up and leave a mark on planet Earth, on people, on society as a whole. I want to make a difference. I want to make a real difference in people's lives. One people at a time, one family at a time, one community at a time, one country at a time, and so on. And I want to leave a legacy, a long-lasting legacy for future generations yet to come. And I made those marks in 3 different areas, as I noted in my shared document. One is the literature. Writing is one of my therapeutic sessions for me. That's how I cope with pain and suffering. I do a lot of writing. That's one. And number 2, I deal with the genocide issue. I deal with the UN Tribunal of the Khmer Rouge directly and get involved. Not just stand on the sideline, but actually get involved. And the third one would be the BTC project, the Bakong Technical College, which has been developed in the last 4 or 5 years. We ran into some hiccup, but we'll get back on our track no sooner. But those are the 3 legacies that I want to leave behind for future generation. Literacy and books, article and essay, dealing with social issue, environmental, economic, you name it, and then the genocide issue, which affect all humanity as a whole, not just myself and my community, and also the project for the future, educating the young mind who will become the people who take over this planet after I'm gone, after you're gone. So I want to make sure that we want to install that in place. To do those 3 things, it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, a lot of time, energy, and resources. And you have to have the drive. And sometimes you run into challenges that say, okay, I'm going to quit. But you can't quit because you are in so deep. You got to keep going. And there are price to pay. I mean, you don't go to your son's soccer game. You skip some of that. And you don't go to your daughter's plays. Those are hard on me, but sometimes you have to find that balance and do what you can to balance the family, the job, and the hobby. I call this sort of hobby of mine. Those are obstacles that I have to overcome. Is find a balance. There's only 24 hours a day, and I put 8 hours in sleep, 8 hours family, and 8 hours work. There's not much left, right? So we take less sleep, a little less from family, and still have to work 8 hours a day, and that's how I accomplish things by working hard, by focus, have a plan, take active steps, one small step at a time, but very active step, because you can daydream all you want to. If you don't implement that plan, then you're not getting anywhere. So what I do well is that I plan it. I think in 3-dimensional. I was trained to sing that way. Sing in 3-dimensional, and process step by step. And I run to a jam. There's more than one way to skin a cat. That's just the approach.
Well, you got me excited here, Ronnie. You're speaking my language. Holy cow. So legacy, so true. When you have a lasting legacy that's going to last generations past you live, and you have a definite purpose, having a definite purpose means you have to get rid of a bunch of things that you would really like to do. You can go occasionally to your son's soccer game, but you can't go to everyone. You have a purpose that will impact people that your son will never meet, and yet you'll never meet. And this is when you have a definite purpose, it allows you to focus like a laser on that purpose, and it forces you to say, okay, what's on the perimeter of my life that I have to cut down or cut out? TV, for instance, but maybe every other soccer game instead of everyone. As you said, it's a very precious balance. But when you're thinking 3, 4, 5 generations down the road,
some of my friends hang out at bar after work. I hang out at community meetings. And so that's what driven me. That's what gave me pleasure. That's what gave me the kick. And so you have to find, how much time you want to spend at meeting, how much time you want to spend doing things, and allocate accordingly. And I'm really good at that in terms of tasking and allocate time and finding balance. It's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. But it can be learned. And you can train yourself to be really good at it.
Right. And if you have the cooperation of your wife and your kids, and they know your strong purpose and your legacy, oftentimes they will be like, Dad, you go. Like, this is important. We know you love us. You go create your legacy and impact those people. And when your family can share in your same purpose and your same legacy, that gives you power that you can never get anywhere else, I imagine.
Right. That's correct.
So, okay, I got one question, Tom. Sorry. Ronnie,
yes.
Let's go to one of your legacies, the Khmer Rouge trial, right? You and I escaped from Cambodia's killing fields, might not be at the same time or the same place, but from the same bloody hands or killers, I would say. For the last few years, these people have been put on trial in Cambodia. One of your interests that I know, like you said, the legacy, is to see that those who were responsible for the killings and destructions will be punished, or so that justice will be done. What do you think about the United Nations-sponsored Khmer Rouge trial? What else do you want to see comes out of this trial, though?
I'm going to be frank. Initially, I support the KRT, the UN KRT, the ECC. I think they're doing a good job early on. And then they drag on because of politics, because of interference, because of corruption, you name it. They've been accused of many different things. But they remain focused on putting 5 most responsible people in the docket and give them a fair trial, which they did. They accomplished that in about 5 years' time. But they have not achieved a full objective, which including the level 2. Those are less responsible, but they're just as responsible for a lot of death and destruction. I think in that sense they have achieved satisfaction, maybe a B rating, but later on it become dragging. It become because of the lack of funding, they become more problematic to achieve their goal and success they found earlier, and so they're losing support. And that's what I'm fearing for the tribunal, is that they're losing support, they're losing funding, and they may not fully achieve their objective of putting more Khmer Rouge rank and file on trial, those who are more responsible at the district level, who killed up to 250,000 people, some of these people.
Wow. That's a lot of people. Ronnie, like Tim has learned some amazing lessons about resilience. I don't think anything he comes across in the U.S. will ever faze him, no matter what happens after he's gone through what he's gone through. What lessons have you learned as far as resilience and never giving up and pursuing your purpose that you could share with listeners?
Well, Tom, anytime that you can get up from bed in the morning, you have achieved success. Okay?
Right.
If you can pull yourself out of bed early in the morning and doing what you need to do, meditation, breakfast, what have you, you have achieved your success already. And for me, my philosophy is that you have to dream big and then go after it with a gusto. Don't go after it like, if I fail, that's fine. Go for it. And if you fail, it's a lesson learned. Try different things. Do it step by step. That's the lesson I learned. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of people say, you're not going to amount to anything, because there's a lot of naysayers. You can't achieve this, you can't achieve that. But you can dream big, you can go after it, you can achieve anything. Starting by getting up off your bed in the morning. That's my philosophy.
Nice. Amazing and simple philosophy, but so powerful and so much in it for us, especially in North America. We should be eternally grateful for every day we live here, where the struggles are not the same as those in Cambodia or those living on less than $2 a day, that sort of thing. Powerful. Timur, do you have another question or two for the amazing Ronnie?
My next question is pertaining to Ronnie's success thus far. He's done a very, very good job in terms of being a successful Cambodian or Khmer, I know. I would like to congratulate him personally for having achieved so many things in life. And you wrote books, Ronnie. You wrote many books out there. I think the main one is being used in college or school in America. Can you talk a little bit about that book?
Yeah, the latest book that I had was called Facing The Khmer Rouge. It's published by Rutgers University Press in 2011. It has sold fairly well commercially, and it's sold to different colleges in hardbound copy. Many colleges start picking up some of this book, and it ran out of stock from what I was told. That's a good sign. I don't make a lot of money from it, to be honest with you. It doesn't make money to write book. You write book to educate people. And for me, it's therapeutic to write books and to write story. And this one took me 13 years, Tim, to accomplish the publication of this book and to share widely. It's not easy, 13 years. It's been a difficult process. But at the end, I can call with satisfaction that I've done my best, and has been recognized so by the readers, and they gave me feedback, and that's, to me, it's the validation of my accomplishment, that I've done a good job, and that there's still some flaw in my book, there's still some issue that people pointed out. But overall, I think I achieved fairly successful accomplishment there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ronnie, tell me a little bit about the Bakong Technical College. I see on the website you're targeting local women, so
yes,
that's interesting.
I began to buy property that belonged to my family for a long, long time. Like 300-400 years. They've been in this area for a long time, and they hold different administrative job, at different title, educator, administrator, in this area. So I want to honor my family who've been in this area for a long time. I'm not sure how to best honor them by buying back land at first, a little bit at a time, one plot at a time. Eventually we get about almost 5 acres total. And then the idea of Bakong Technical College coming to mind in about 2009, 2008. So I started developing that program. I start with the design, start with a big dream, like I always done with anything else, and then work my way, bringing other people involved, individual, organization, government, local, get people involved. And that's how they were able to transform an idea from a concept into a drawings and to implementation on the ground. And we've done that in the last 5 years. So Bakong Technical College, the idea is to educate women in vocational and technical field. you name it, from handicraft to computer programming to tourism, because that's where the money is in this area. And so education is the key to economic prosperity and stability. And because of lack of education, women tend to hold the low ranking jobs, position as merchant and sell in the market. They don't make a whole lot of money, and they don't have the responsibility as they should have, because they're the economic engine of Cambodia. They are the bread maker in a family in Cambodia. Because most Cambodian men, I hate to say this, but they're mostly drunk and pipe eaters. You know, it's sad to see the state of drunkenness, and that's why you have a lot of accidents, a lot of drunk driving, a lot of drinking and driving. And then they get home and beat the wife, and the wife is the one who makes money for the family. Right. And I want to shift that paradigm shift from status quo to empower the woman to help themselves through different means. It's starting with education and micro lending programs, so they can start their own business. Self-help program such as Cow Bank project is part of BTC. We already implement some of these concepts on the ground. As test pilot at first, it became successful, so we continue to do that. We have Bike Bank, Cow Bank projects that is active. We still continue that program. The school's not yet open because construction is not finished. We ran into some legal issue with the local population who we install to take charge of the project, but we're working to clear that logjam so we can proceed with the finish of the school, and we'll get it done and start the program development. We already have a plan how to teach, what program, number of instructor, number of student, what class to teach. We have a list of written plan, documentation in place, and we do have some funding for implementation. It's just that our construction is not yet finalized because of contract issue, a legal issue, like I mentioned earlier. So we're working through that logjam right now through legal means.
Wow. I see on the BTC website that you received a Toronto Rotary Club grant. And I live in Toronto.
Actually,
I've spoken at the Toronto Rotary Club.
Yes, Toronto is the biggest supporter. They actually bring a lot of, it's about 90 volunteer hours. Not hours, but 90 volunteer people come over 3 different times to help construct this building, construct this school, construct some of these community center and hospital and orphanage, that part of our BTC program. So we have 90 volunteer people that come just about every other year, and pitch in the money and to the program as well. Some of these are retirees from Canada, many of them from Canada, from Australia, and from the U.S. And so, yeah, indeed, Toronto is a big supporter of our program.
Wow. Woohoo. Yay, go Toronto.
Yes.
So you should come down here and see them and visit me.
I got to mention Chris Snyder. He's the big guy in Toronto, that the man who lead the charge the last 5 years. Without Chris, as partnership, we won't get this far so soon. But we came a long way, and we did get the $100,000 grant, centennial grant from Toronto Rotary Club, and we were able to build 2 buildings so far. And so it's in the honor that we're going to name those buildings, education buildings for Toronto Rotary Club.
Amazing. Now to call this a technical college is not even the correct term, because you're trying to build a self-sustaining village, teach people the skills, help them be entrepreneurs, loan them the money they need. Right. You are trying to just change a whole village and create a whole village way beyond what a college generally does for someone. And boy, that's pretty exciting.
The campus is designed to have a dormitory, a cafeteria, a community center, so that it become a focal point, become a node that people can come together and synergize and create this new dynamic environment that can change society from local to communal to district and to provincial, hopefully nationally. And we want to replicate this thing all over the country. When we achieve our model, this is a pilot program, this one. This is the first of many we hope to achieve. And I believe Tim is part of the team that drive the action of board of directors. And so we are pushing, try to get one model, one pilot in place that is almost perfect and polish it, and we want to replicate that throughout the country. And hopefully export to other parts of the world that could use this kind of new thinking, new energy, new dynamic.
Yeah, Tom, just on a side note, I was talking or discussing with Ronnie about bringing our Science of Success course to implement in that school. And Ronnie said it was a great idea, and I think we're going to bring that in one of these days.
Wow.
Yeah, we want to get people involved in, you got to be a business-minded person. So we're going to teach Business 101 on top of what vocational trade that we're going to be taught at the school. And so there's a number of schools within the campus that are going to be specifically directed by a director, and we're going to have 300 students. We're hoping 2/3 will be women candidates a year. So out of 300, 200 will be women, will be female. And at community college level. Again, we call it technical college, but it really is a vocational college, teaching trade and craft and business-minded people, entrepreneurial spirit. And that's what drives the local economy. I believe the small scale, the microeconomic, that's what drives the national economy.
Right.
And bring people out of poverty, create jobs.
Amen.
So far, we employed about 43 workers the last 4 or 5 years in construction. That is huge. We are the biggest employer in this area for a while now in construction.
Wow. Well, Ronnie, I can tell you, you have a huge fan in Tim Chhim, because I took a plane sat beside him on the way back from Ireland. I think it's a 6-hour flight, and I think he could have talked for 8 hours about the college and his dreams of teaching Napoleon Hill in Cambodia and how the principles could impact his country people and help change their lives. I'm sure if it was a 13-hour flight, I would still be listening to it.
Well, I must admit, it's a great concept. Implementation a little bit rough on the edge, but we'll get there slowly and surely and steadily. Well,
you're working in a country with not the same easy to implement infrastructure as North America.
We have to start working from scratch. I mean, literally from scratch. And our volunteer has been mind, body, and spirit, and financial. They've been added the last 4 or 5 years. You know, they put the heart and soul into it, knee, elbow, and bruise and scratches, and you name it. They're involved, and they have ownership. And that's what this is all about. It's what makes it happen, is that people have ownership, not just the international, but local as well. Most of them are volunteers.
Wow. Well, you got Tim on your side, and that means that goal is going to be accomplished.
Indeed.
I don't think he gives up on anything.
Not on anything, Tom. We will make a difference, right, Ronnie?
We're going to try our best. And cannot ask for more.
Breath. Yes, exactly. Well, any last comments? Any last nice words for our friend Ronnie, Tim?
Yeah, Ronnie, your first and second legacy was explained, and now this is the BTC project is your third legacy. Now, this last question from me to you. When do you think that the obstacles that you're facing now is going to end? Is it within a month, 2 months, a year, or what? Give some hope to our listeners.
Yeah, no more than 3 months, because things at the legal level take time. It's in the process. It's in the work. So we hope to clear that log jam within 3 months' time. It has been almost 2 years now that we're going through this process. And it's frustrating at times, and it's costly at times, but we're getting close to the final destination. But the journey has been exciting, to say the least.
And it's an ongoing
Excellent.
journey. There's going to be more of them.
Yes, Tom, you're correct. It's an ongoing
Yeah, I was telling Ronnie, saying, look, if we don't have a school to teach these kids, we're going to have to do whatever we have to do. We're going to teach them below the trees, or in the rice fields, or whatever it takes. These people cannot wait, Ronnie. They cannot wait. The moment that they wait, those waiting time becoming more difficult for them to do anything. So I think, I commend you, my friend, to fight head on with the issues there, and hopefully that one of these days we can.
Our best to clear the log jam at the local level, because we work in different countries. Cambodia is a strange place to do business, and the legal, the administrative, there's a number of issues that had to be clear, and we have to learn from them, and we have to teach them how to do things professionally and acceptable, intellectual level. It has not been easy, but they learn from us, and we learn from them. That's what's important, and we move forward, and that's the key word.
Amen. Key word. Wow, having you two guys on the show has got me all excited here. I got to go sell something to somebody, or I got to do something here.
Like Tom, like Ronnie he say, life is too short. Dream big, and then go get 'em. Now,
right.
And then he said, a good person builds a small circle around himself. A better person builds a larger circle that included his family and friends. A great person, however, builds a great big circle that includes his community and society as well. I love this philosophies.
And I preach.
All right. Now
you can
he's talking our
really
language. Well. He's talking our language, Tom.
Yes. Wow. Is he ever? And you've been hanging around him a lot. You can quote him very well.
Yeah, and I just want to let the people know that if you are interested in helping Ronnie or helping Bakong Technical College, you can go to our website, and I think it's www.bakongtechcollege.org, right, Ronnie?
It's a new. We changed to www.btc/Cambodia.org. That's a new website that we developed.
Okay, there you go. You just got it from the co-founder. And so go to the website, help them out. Volunteer your time, volunteer your money. Don't volunteer your money. Give your time, volunteer your.
Indeed.
Give your money, volunteer your time.
You can give different things.
Exactly.
Income, cash, energy, you name it. Support.
Do something. Just do something.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the idea that you have to pitch in and share and give a part of you, because you want to leave legacy as well, and show your children that you are better than you're just wasting your breath.
Right. We're put on this earth for a purpose. Bottom line.
Before you go, Ronnie, would you care telling the listeners a little bit about who is involved with this Bakong community, Bakong Technical College?
Yeah, we have, from an international standpoint, we have many from, we have one from Canada, from Toronto, Chris Snyder. We have you, Timothy, from New York, myself from Milwaukee, Joan Fry now from Minnesota, Moni from Hawaii, Elizabeth from Eugene, Oregon, Carol from Denver, Shirley Cannon from Denver, and we have Christine Su, she's from San Francisco. So we got a diverse people on a board from different part of the country, involved. And also Janice Linsbaum from Australia also joined us as a board member, a 9th board member. So we have a 9 active board member who guide the process, who guide the program, and help us develop budgets and function and push forward with the program because they believe in it as well.
And also some people in Cambodia, right?
Yeah, we have local volunteers. Right now we have local volunteer, our team in Cambodia that take charge of local stuff that we assign them. Hopefully we'll can transfer them, become staff based on their merit, not based on nepotism or friendship or anything like that, but based on their skill, based on their ability, and based on we're going to show them how to do things professionally. And that's how we start. Wow. Train people and put them in the right place with the right skill.
Now, are you guys going to be repeating this interview in Cambodian or whatever?
Yes, we're gonna chat in Cambodian in the next few days after we air this out. Tom,
sounds
nice.
Good.
I won't be able to host. I won't be able to co-host on that one.
Well, you have to learn this thing, Don't give up too soon, Tom.
Okay. Maybe I'll be speaking in Cambodia one day.
Make sure you visit Cambodia, Tom, soon.
Nice. Very good.
That's one of Tom's dreams, to be with us in Cambodia.
All right.
Yes.
Hopefully when we
open.
All right.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much for your time today, Ronnie. You got me excited. You're a man on a mission. You're a man with a legacy. You're a man with a purpose. And I wouldn't want to be in your way on any of those things because I know you're going to do whatever it takes to fulfill that legacy.
Well, I need a lot of help. I can't go alone. It takes a village to raise a child. The same thing. It takes the whole world to help raise some of this program that I'm involved in. So, yeah, every bit help.
Okay, Ronnie. Yeah, it has been a great pleasure, my friend, indeed, to chat with you. And again, thank you for your time. And that's all the time we have for today, right, Tom?
It is amazing. Yes, another amazing interview. Thanks so much, Ronnie.
Yes, thank you for your time and also attention for tuning into this special program on Journey to Success Radio Network. Again, I'm Timothy Chhim along with Tom Cunningham. And don't forget, if you or anyone you know have a story to tell, share it here on Journey to Success Radio Network. Right, Tom?
You're right. Thanks so much, Tim.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Journey to Success Radio. If you or anyone you know would like to be interviewed for the show, email Tom at tom2tall.com for details.